Welcome to my channel, guys, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to tune using a Super AFC. Any which version. It could be the first one, the second one, or the third one, which is the Neo, or the Honda one. It doesn't matter. This part of it, which is the fuel aspect of it, I'm going to show you guys how to tune using a Super AFC. So let's run the intro and get into today's video. Alright guys, like I said, I'm going to be showing you guys how to use the Super AFC. And just for starters, you're going to need only two things to get started with this. You're going to need your Super AFC, and you're also going to need a wideband, preferably an AEM or one that's very reputable to know I guess how your motor is running. You can't really tune fuel without knowing what the motor is doing. Let me show you guys now what I am dealing with. This is my AEM wideband right here, AEM, and this is my Super AFC, and we are in a, I think this is a 95 Corolla, but it has a 4AGE motor in it, and I had to tune it to take some of that fuel out when not like beating on it, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to get this key off of my waist now. And there we go. Okay, so what I want to show you guys is, firstly, let me start it up. Oh, I got my all right, so I want to show you guys first. Started it up, turned my radio down. All right, now look at what the wideband is saying. It's saying 14.3, and if you press the gas, you notice that the values change, and you really shouldn't be stepping on your car while it's cold. But what I want to show you is that 13.9 and that 14, that's where I wanted my car to idle. So that's why I set it around there, because it was at like 10 or something like that, very rich at idle. So what I want to show you guys is I have my Super AFC set up to show revs and throttle position, the percentage. So if you notice, that'd be wide open. Right. So now what you want to do when you want to set the fuel is press previous, go to settings, and then this would be, if you want to set like low throttle speed, first thing you want to do is set your throttle points. So look, just like I showed you guys a moment ago, that when I'm driving around town, when I'm under 30% of throttle percentage, right, this is the low map that produces that works when I'm under 30%. So this is 8,000 RPM. This is a 4AGE, so that's normal RPM for them. But I set up the percentage of fuel to be taken out from 1,000. So right at idle, it's at 2% taken out. So I'll remember that number. And now as it warms up, you notice that it's up to like 15, goes to 14. But what I want to show you guys is, as you take fuel out, we're going to take out, it's at 2% now. So let's take out 20% of fuel, right? And then you're going to watch the idle. It went completely lean, right? That's what it's supposed to do. So now, as I come up on it, I'm gonna come up on it as I show you guys the gauge so that you see what I'm talking about. As we come back up, you notice on the percentage, it's at 16 now on the AEM gauge, and that's 7% of fuel at 1,000 RPM. So as we keep coming up on it, it'll go right back down to the 14 that I wanted it at. So it's at 15 now. So let me show you guys what it looks like if I make it completely rich, which would be to add fuel to it. So let's add 10% fuel and watch it now. It's just gonna keep getting richer and richer. Give it a little rev just to catch up. And if you notice, it's getting richer as it goes, as I keep adding fuel. So let's add more fuel just to verify for you guys that the AFC is working. We have 22% fuel now at 1,000 RPM. And as you can see, it's just getting richer and richer. Now it's down to 12. 12 is actually where you want to be on a boosted motor. So that's not a bad AFR reading. It's just bad for idle. So I set my own when I'm riding around town at 2% fuel taken out. So minus 2%. I just want better gas mileage, and then at 2,000 RPM, straight from 2,000 straight up to 8,000, it's 20% taking fuel out. Now high throttle would be 70%. So once you get, let me show you the gauge again. Monitor, it's my second channel. Once I get up to 7, which would be anywhere past this 6 mark, my high throttle map would kick in. So what you want to do is your settings, and you would actually have to ride around town, or what would be best is to be on a dyno whilst you're doing this, so that you don't have to worry about traffic or police or anything like that, and watch what your gauge is doing. And you're just looking for a specific number. Boosted motors want to be around 12 when in high boost full throttle. This motor is around 13 and 12, which is good for an NA motor. So that's what I was looking for. So when adjusting the high throttle, you just come here, and like I said, this is at either wide open throttle or 70%. So what you would want to do is add fuel. I'm at 8,000 RPM now, so from 1,000 you just watch your RPM and you keep going, and you just add fuel as need be. But I don't need to add any fuel with the map that I have on this computer. Just was giving you guys a reference, but that is basically the best part of the Super AFC. Also, when you go down to NE points, this is where you can set the RPM range for your motor. So I could have set this to 9,000. So this one goes up to 9,000, but we're gonna set it to 8 because that's where my RPM stops. But no matter what motor you have, you can start off with 1,000 RPM and it goes all the way up to 9,000. But if your motor only goes up to 6,000 or 7,000, you could also set that as your last limit as well. So basically that is as simple as it is, guys. That is how to use a Super AFC. If you guys have any questions, you can also put them down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one.